All right. Well, obviously, just a long, hard game there. It's a really good Giants team. They're tough. They keep coming. They play 60 minutes. They battled. Really proud of our players. I think they battled all the way through the game. They stayed with it. We knew it was going to be a tough game. I think the guys played tough. Made some plays when we need to make them. Got some plays we got to clean up. Did some things that I thought hurt us in the game. We gotta make sure we're not doing that because it just makes it harder. But I was proud of the guys to come in at halftime. They stayed with it. We made a lot of adjustments. There was a lot of corrections in the game that we were trying to make and change some stuff up midway to do the best we could there to hang in. So give the players credit. I thought they tried really hard and like I said, I think that's a good team there. The Giants. So.
The last couple of weeks has been tough for your defense, a lot of criticism. They didn't play a perfect game today, but they played and made the plays when it mattered most. How proud of you of them were you?
Yeah, and I totally agree. It's never really perfect. We just try to be right, and the more we can be right together, then the better off we're going to be. So really proud of some of the effort out there. I thought it was really good. I think I was really I'm always proud of those guys, the way they work, to be honest with you. Even through the course of the week, I thought the defense really worked extremely hard this week and just focused on trying to everybody learn their jobs this week and try to do what they could. So there was some pretty big plays out there, pretty big moments. And I thought, we always talk about trying to stay in the moment, not think about what's the next thing, what's going to happen, and do all that. And I thought the guys did a good job of that. That's the biggest thing for us, just play that play in that moment. And for the most part, I thought we were pretty good.
You guys dialed up a little bit more pressure.
I'll circle it. Go ahead.
Looks like you guys dialed up a little bit more pressure. Was it just more execution-based, or was the call a little bit more aggressive today?
Yeah. No, I think it was just probably a little bit more pronounced. I mean, I think some of those calls have been made previously and maybe not noticed from that aspect of it. So, really just the normal aspect of it. Just glad that we executed, really, to be honest with you. Thought we got a couple of looks that we wanted to get, and we were able to kind of execute them at that standpoint. Go to Mitch, hang on, I'm coming.
Double pass or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
What was the thinking in terms of calling it at that time?
Yep.
Do you hold your breath when a play like that is called?
Yep. So obviously, a couple weeks ago we threw one out there to start one of the games. So in practice, the players know that I have to see it in practice, and it has to work the first time. We're not really going to take another look at it. So it worked. They all started yelling first play. I said, I don't think so. And so we just, as the week went, we talked about it and felt good enough about it where I thought, we had a specific spot, specific time. We wanted to take a shot at it. So, we let it rip, and it was great execution. It worked very well in practice, and I'm just glad it worked in the game. They had the flea flicker on the other side, so I was holding my breath on that one. We didn't do so well on that. I'm working here and then coming right to it. Yeah. Mike's spot.
It looked like you had a discussion with the officials on the guy when they fumbled. Considering challenging, they talked to you about that.
Yeah. Make sure which one. So the fumble that was switched over, they recovered, right? So again, it's just a whole conversation of once that's a change of possession, those are automatically reviewed and all that. And I was like, yeah, I just wanted to get exactly what I was trying to get information, find out what they were looking at, what they were talking about from that standpoint.
So when you called, what were the verbal workers into making you at certain times?
Sure. Yeah. All of those are different week by week, depending on what those looks are and what those plays are. I'd say most teams in the NFL have something every single week. It's just whether or not it gets called from that aspect of it. And you're really looking for very specific kind of scenarios where tendencies may be high or something where you're trying to play calculated risk, and just make sure that you have the best situation available. So that was what we were looking for. It actually just kind of came up in the game and hit, so called it. Went with it. I mean, I think it's just coaching. I mean, coaching, players love it, coaches love it if you can get it right. If it's not right, it's not good. It's okay.
McKissick's in the locker room that Bevel called that play once before when they were in Seattle. I'm curious the origins of that play. Is that Bevel coming to you and saying it was before?
Yeah, no, that was, Bev, and they worked out offensively. Yeah, I just looked at it in practice and liked it, so it was good.
And then Casey Walker goes down, get an update on film, and how proud are you of the defense and your team that was able to hold up down stretch without him and Quandre and so forth?
I saw Tracy briefly, as I was kind of making my rounds. He said, he's fine, we'll figure it out tomorrow. I said, cool, so he brought the team up after and everything like that, so. We'll look at it tomorrow from that standpoint. I think the guys on the sideline did a really good job, and honestly, they did a good job all week in the back end of just kind of being calm, being settled, and we made a lot of adjustments in the game. I would say we made some adjustments even before that situation happened, and just had a lot of moving parts, and there's a lot of personnel and a lot of positions and all that stuff, and I think those guys handled that really well. So it was good. It was good. Again, I appear, I don't know. No. No, nothing.
Backfield rotation today, starting with Trey Carson right off the bat. What did you see from that group, and are you able to, I guess, ascertain anything going forward, or is that kind of the plan?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we got to, do a good job looking at the tape and see what that looks like. I mean, just for the feel in the game, I thought those guys were trying to run hard. I thought they were trying to, get downhill when they had to and trying to execute the blocks, execute the run plays. I think the blocks, we had some good plays that were blocked really well and some that were not. So, it's always a collective effort from that standpoint with those guys. But I thought from the backfield, it just looked on the ground like we were, they were running hard. That's for sure.
The trade deadline is in a couple of days, and I know that's Bob Quinn's area, but how involved do you get with any discussions with him? And do you guys sit down and powwow on what you might look at?
As of the current moment right now, it's been the Giants, really, to be honest with you. We're just trying to, do a good job here today, and, we'll see. I mean, Bob and I talk every day, which is great, so we'll see where we go from there. But right now for us, it was, just proud of the team. Like I said, I think that's a really good Giants team. I think they're a good young team that's playing tough and getting better each week, and the quarterback is playing at a high level. That running back is unbelievable now. He's a phenomenal player. Not only the run, but the pass, just his ability to get into open space, catch the ball, make guys miss. He plays with low pad level. He's a really, really good player.
Just to follow up on that question real quick. Bob said, the trade deadline. There was a report that you guys have gotten calls about Darius Slay since the other day. What are your intentions with him? Do you want to keep him?
Yeah, I think I talked about all that stuff the other day. I've just been focused on the Giants. There's been nothing new on my end. Nope.
Specifically though, do you want to keep him?
Again, I want everybody. We got to try to win, got to put everybody out there. So, for us, we're just, I enjoy the team we got. I'm trying to coach them as hard as we can, and we'll go from there. But, I just want to give credit to the players that played in the game today and just talk about the Giants. I think our guys really battled really hard today. So, hang on one second.
340 and 3 touchdowns, and was up here talking about the couple that he missed and sort of limiting those. Can you put in perspective just what he's doing right now and how he's played so far this season?
I think there's no probably truer look at who he is. He's just a competitive guy. He always wants to be the best, and he's great. He works really hard. He's competitive. He's tough. He's grinding it out every single day. He did a great job today. Leading the offense and just staying consistent all the way through. Handles pressure really well. You just gotta love the guy. You gotta love how hard he works. You gotta love how he battles. You gotta love how tough he is, and he's smart. We meet every week. We go through stuff, and it's great. I really enjoy all that. So just glad for the team. I think the team's been working really hard. I think we had. It's been a rough couple weeks here for us. I think the guys have been fighting. I think they've been battling. I think they've really, we've been in a couple close games where we had a chance to win, and that stuff's hard. These guys put a lot into this stuff, and when it doesn't go the way you want it to, it can weigh you down. And I'm just glad that we went out there and found a way to win. That's all that really matters. The NFL's hard, man. It's hard to find wins. Go ahead.
Along those lines, you had a lot of run, pass sequences where you were in deep third down, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 15, but you converted.
Yeah.
Passing, how critical was that to keep going?
Yeah.
And a lot of that was on Matthew, where the receivers, did you have confidence that you'd be able to make those long 3rd downs? That's why you kept running on 1st and 2nd?
There might be some interesting thought to that. Yep. I think for us, we're just trying to play the game the way we have to in those moments. I think we were just trying to stay consistent, and I think for the run game itself, the yards may not look great all the time, but it does wear teams down. It does wear people out. It gives the O-line a chance to come off the ball. It gives the backs time. They got to tackle. They got to try to get off blocks. You're pushing on people. It just keeps things going forward. So for a couple series there, I thought it was important and just had confidence. Built up through the course of the week that we had a good 3rd down plan, felt confident about that. So in some of those situations, I don't think we're always worried, but I think we just felt we could go out and execute really regardless in those. So I think we were okay there.
Matt, earlier this week, you talked about just sometimes managing depth in situations where emergencies happen.
Yeah.
It did look like you were debriefing Kenny Wiggins when Snacks came. I just wondered if that was a serious consideration that he's an emergency option if you're kind of running short on DTs.
Kenny, he's a big guy. He can do a lot of different things. He can block kicks. He can, he's always ready to go. Kenny thinks he can probably play quarterback. So I think he and I have a lot of conversations.
What's like in the building today? was Darius in the building?
You know what? I'm not 100% sure, but we had treatments and all that stuff too, so we're keeping us.
You mentioned.
Yeah, were you also playing the clock here at the end of the first half to the times, not letting them get the ball back as important as scoring? Look at that.
Clock is very important at the end of the half, especially when we got the ball to start the second half. So yeah, there were some things in there we were trying to do.
You think time's important?
What's that? Time's important. Clock's important. Yeah, Dave, I'm not going to really get into it. I'm not, we just kind of knew this morning kind of where we were when we woke up as far as some of that stuff. So I got to the stadium, sat in my office, got ready for the game, got told a couple things, and then we went. So we were pretty good. I'm not going to elaborate on any of that. About what?
About Daniel Jones and what he could be able to do.
I mean, you know what? Not really. I mean, I think he's a really good, really good young player. I think I talked about that during the week. How he could, handle some pressure, step up in the pocket, and how he's a big guy. He's really tall. He's really long in that sort of regard. And some of that pressure that gets pushed on him, I just saw on tape. Like he didn't really affect him that much. He steps up and dips through, and he's very athletic. So there's a couple plays out there where, I was worried he was going to get out and move and use his athleticism and all that stuff. I was worried about that and some of those plays, him being able to extend or run. He had one that I think that was close on one of the maybe third downs early in the game. So I thought it was a lot of what I saw on tape of him just as being a really good young player. I think he's going to be a really, really good player going forward. So, and he's very calm. Doesn't look really rattled on the field or any of that either.
The running back Saquon Barkley is. What does it mean for this defense to finally get a good performance in stopping a guy like that on the ground?
Yeah, again for us, we tend to stay just kind of even keel with everything. We never tend to get too high, too low with all that stuff. We don't like to ride the wave. So great, good from a number standpoint. But I'm sure there's a lot of plays in there that we got to do a better job of just getting coached up and taught and technique. And we'll just keep pushing forward to try to get better. Because what would be nice is to try to just do it consistently. I think that'd be the biggest challenge for us going forward from that standpoint.